Man, getting fired from my 9 to 5 was the absolute best thing that could ever happen to me. Y'all, let's get into it. For those of you that are new here, my name is Paris Smith, and I was able to retire myself from the 9 to 5 at 24 years old. Simply put, I fired my boss. I had to get the heck up out of there. And truth is, your girl was struggling. Still have a chronic disease, but then I was struggling really bad with a chronic disease called juvenile type 1 diabetes. So it's where I'm dependent on an insulin pump to live. If I had my jacket off, I would definitely show you my insulin pump. But anyways, when I say this morning, I had a little flashback, and I'm not gonna lie, it tore me up this morning. But anyways, let me tell you why I'm so grateful. The stock trading strategy that I trade provides a consistent, reliable income that comes every single month. I can literally live off of it and pay my bills. That's why I'm so grateful. That's why I say I'm so happy that they fired me. That's the best they could ever do, because that was something I struggled with, and that is a low blood sugar. So we're going to hurry up and get through this video. That was something that I struggled with while working in the 9 to 5 world. And so if you're interested in learning how to trade stocks that doesn't require day trading or reading charts or using indicators, and you're like, I need me a consistent income coming in, or maybe a supplement income that takes no time at all, a couple minutes a week on a Monday, kind of like a set it and forget it kind of trading strategy, I am having a free stock trading masterclass. The link is in the description for the next date and time. Listen, you are going to be like, I wish I knew about this sooner. I'm grateful that I found this whole strategy my younger days. I was actually 18, but I took it serious around 2018, and when I had my 3-year plan to get the heck up out of the 9 to 5. But anyways, now this morning, I woke up at 4 a.m. Okay, I woke up at 4 a.m. Why did you wake up at 4 a.m.? My insulin pump started screaming. It's the loudest alarm. Like, you can't shut it off. You can't mute it. It's nothing you can do. It's just the loudest alarm ever. And it was just an alarm telling me, all right, time to get more insulin in your insulin pump. You don't have no more insulin. It's time to get a new one. Put a new one on. So I had to get up out of bed, walk downstairs to the kitchen to get my insulin that's in the fridge, get a new insulin pump, come back upstairs and do the whole process. And of course, I got to feel a little pain. It's a little needle, right? It's a little needle. Feel a little pain. And while I was doing the whole process of putting on a new insulin pump, I said, bruh, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. If you was working a 9 to 5, like, do you remember how you felt when your sleep was broken because you having a low blood sugar, or maybe changing your pump in the middle of the night because, getting low on insulin and all of that? Like, do you remember how it felt to have broken sleep? And then I started to remember, not only did I have broken sleep and I would wake up so tired at 5:30 in the morning to leave out at like 6:15, but I would be super sick. Like, around that time I was working my 9 to 5, I literally felt like I was on my deathbed, and my health was really bad. So I was just constantly like trying to chase the corporate ladder, trying to kiss my manager's tail. Y'all know what I mean. And just like throwing my health to the side. And so this morning I told myself, because I was worked up a little bit thinking about how I felt during that time, just so sick, and how exhausted I was. And what if I was still working that 9 to 5 and I had to get up at 4 in the morning when I could have used that extra hour and a half to like get rest, but instead I got to get up and like, take care of myself, right? So I was feeling a little worked up, and then I told myself, breathe. Like, this is not your life. That is not your life anymore. You can sleep till 10 a.m. if you want. You can sleep till noon if you want. That's not your life anymore. And so then I started to feel myself just come back down. Come back down. I started smiling and thanking the Lord, and I was just so happy after a while once I kind of calmed myself down, because I really felt it. Like, I really had a flashback moment, and I was just like, thank you, Lord, that is not my story anymore. Thank you, Lord, that is not my story anymore. And then I changed my pump and everything, and I went back in my room, and my love was like, you okay? Like, because I was up and, I was moving around, stuff like that, waking him up. And he's like, are you okay, babe? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just changing my pump. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Like, after, I had a little praise break moment, and I was so grateful. I was like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm about to go back to bed and relax, because my income isn't relying on a 9-to-5. My income doesn't rely on me getting up and rushing to go to work and feeling sick all day at work and kissing the manager's tail, living paycheck to paycheck, making peanuts. My income comes from the stock market. My income comes from something, that doesn't require much but a skill, a strategy, a system. I could be a whole beginner and learn. I can know absolutely nothing and learn this trading strategy and hit the ground running. Now, I remember when I put together this whole 3-year plan. It was 2018. I said, all right, it took me 3 years to leave my 9-to-5. Why? Because I had to grind. I had to pick up a third job, put money in my trading account. I had to come up with the plan, the investment plan, because the strategy that I trade and that I teach to my students, this strategy, you can put together a whole blueprint and know exactly how much you're making before you even trade. You can, like me, I traded 3 whole years out, but I put the plan together month by month by month by month. I knew how much I would be making so that I can leave my 9-to-5. And so that's what I did. But in order for me to do it, I had to pick up a third job. My 2 jobs, I was living paycheck to paycheck. I had a full-time job working in tech, IT, commuting. My second job was remote. It was from home. I finessed that joint. It was like a part-time job, but it was full-time work. I don't know how I did it. But I juggled 3 jobs. I was on a mission to leave my job. Getting fired left and right, time and time again, because of something I can't control. I didn't say, oh, well, I wasn't the one that, I wasn't the one that put this chronic disease on myself. This is just reality. It's something that I just got to live with. So, trying to take care of myself and going to all my doctor appointments and putting in all this crazy leave hours just so I can go to the appointments. Half the time I don't feel good. I will literally cry in the parking lot because I couldn't physically get myself out the car to go to work because I'm sick. Calling out. Then I'm on the job and I have complications on the job and I got to go home and take care of myself. Putting in more leave. Leaving early again. And so, because of that, y'all know the 9-to-5 is not built for people like us with chronic diseases, or maybe you have a special needs child or a parent that you're catering to. They'd be thrown in your face, FMLA. But you gotta make it 12 months just to qualify. Half the time, you get fired before you even make it. So that was my story, getting fired left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right. So I got tired. I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I just said, all right, enough is enough. I'm about to do this thing. And I knew about this strategy for so long, but once you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you try to do some things differently. Some things got to change. And so I had this opportunity in my face, and I said, let me just buckle down, study, go all in, and learn. And I told y'all in the video, maybe like 2-3 days ago, I struggle with a learning disability. So it wasn't like something where I could just, pick up and just start trading. I had to really like remove all of the distractions and lock in, because I had to learn this thing. And if I could learn this thing, you can learn this thing too. Like, there's no excuse at all. And so I dove all in. I did what I had to do, which was lock in and study. I did what I had to do, which was fund my trading account, because this trading strategy requires a little more capital than the average day trading. We're not day trading. This is a very low risk strategy that produces income. So it takes, a higher investment. So for an example, if a stock costs $35, yeah, you can day trade maybe $200 and make profit. But if it's $35 with this strategy, you have to invest $3,500. So I had to grind and I had to build up my account. But when I did, I started trading February 2020 during chaos, market crash, COVID, all the craziness. And I still traded my way. And I was not affected by the market crash. And when I say that was a market crash, like, it was a crash and I was not affected by it. I was profiting more. And I said, okay, this is working. All right, we're in a down market. And I was very grateful that I started trading in a down market, because I learned that the strategy is solid, right? Cool. I still worked my plan. Y'all know I had a 3-year plan. I worked my plan. End up firing my boss July 2nd, 2021. And that was the best day of my life. You mean to tell me I can rest now when I wake up? I can actually wake up whenever I want. You mean to tell me I can actually cook my meals, be very intentional with my health, working out, carb counting? Carb counting just means taking the proper amount of insulin. Because when you're busy and it's chaos right now, you ripping and running, you trying to kiss the manager's tail, you trying to, put your health to the side, you trying to, accomplish all these tasks at work, you don't really, you're not really laser focused on what you're eating, the carb count, you just taking anything, just anything, you just trying, yeah, that's what life was for me. But you mean to tell me I don't have to struggle no more? I can make effortless income in the market. I could take my time and build my income. Like, there's income goals that you could accomplish. I could either run the race and get there quicker, or I can take my time and run my own race. And that's what I did. Ran my own race. So 6 figures in 6 months was what I did. And when I mean 6 figures in 6 months, I mean like my annual income, not having 6 figures in my broker account. So 6 figures in annual income, which means a whole year of income. Broken down, you gotta break it down monthly. You know what I mean? Gotta do the math. My first 6 months trading, and I was a complete beginner, knew absolutely nothing about the stock market. I just dove all in, had to do what I had to do. Now, 6 years later, we are in 2026. The things that I've been able to do, if I told you all the things that I was able to do, you will probably not believe me. But I'm going to just share just a few. I retired my mom about a year ago now. We're in 2026. Well, it's been a whole year, so I think 2 years now. I retired my mom. I pay all her bills. My twin sister is in school to be a doctor. And she chilling. Why? Because she don't got to think about the financial responsibilities. Sis got that. Your rent is paid. You don't got to worry about none of the financial stress that's associated with going to school to be a doctor. I got you. What else? All my debts are paid. I don't owe not a dime to a debtor. I think that's the word. No debts. I paid it all through trading. It's all paid through trading. I'm able to travel the world. I purchase property all over the world. I got 4 right now. Ghana and Dubai. And turn those investments into profit with tenants, renting out the properties and stuff. So not only am I purchasing these things, but I'm also investing and turning my income from the stock market into additional income streams through other things like real estate and stuff like that. That's just a few things, but I can go on and 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 on. I'm only telling you this because I want you to fit yourself somewhere in the story. And I want you to be able to believe that if I could do it, you can do it too. I'm just a little black girl, grew up with a single mama, learning disability, chronic disease, working 9 to 5 like everyone else, struggling, paycheck to paycheck, and I just happened to find my way out. So if I can do it, you can do it. I just had to come on here and just tell you what happened last night. Actually, it was this morning. And why I'm so grateful and how I had a whole flashback. And I was just like, oh my God. And I had to remind myself of my new reality. And I had to thank the Lord for it. I went back to sleep and your girl woke up at 10 o'clock this morning. But anyways, I'm about to head off of here. If you are interested in learning more about this trading strategy, I am having a free stock trading masterclass coming up. The date and the time will be in the description. Just click on the link and all the information is there. Register. Make sure you show up early with your notebook and pen ready. And I'll see you there. Anyways, I am Paris Smith, that wealth chick. I hope this video was good to you. It was good to me. I got to go. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.